Hey. Hey, y'all. What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to Kim's Corner.
Hey, it's your girl Kim here.
Hey.
Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Okay, y'all. So, we recently, my mom and I, just came back from getting our nails and toes done tonight. And you know what? When my mom had told me that, I was like, you know what, Mama? Let's do a video. And she said, what type of video, Kim? I said, let's do the importance of self-pampering and or self-love. And she...
Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm messing up stuff. I'm trying to do this.
Bring it down. Bring it down.
How?
There we
Oh,
go.
okay.
And
Sorry,
she
y'all.
said, okay, Kim, let's do it.
So, the purpose of Kim's Corner, I'm going to reiterate, is for her to promote self-love, positive mojo, good thoughts, happy endings, all of that stuff. So, today, like I said, I'm like, okay, but like she said, we're going to go get our nails and feet done and stuff. It's time for us to do that. So, Kim was like, well, maybe we should do a video. And I'm like, all right. She was getting ready to do a video in the nail shop, and she drops her phone in the water.
My phone in the water, y'all.
I'm like, hey, dude, you ain't getting no new phone, so
not for a while.
You better chill out with that. So we didn't do it in the Jesus Christ. You know what? Me and this doggone thingamajoozy, I'm trying to wave. So we decided to go ahead and do the video when we got home. Mm-hmm. So the purpose of the video today is to talk about self-care
and self-love.
And everything that comes with that. And I think oftentimes we don't love ourselves and we don't take care of ourselves enough. We let everything else and everybody else overshadow the significance of taking care of ourselves.
Mm-hmm. To me, self-love is very important. That's the most important thing, is to sit down, plan out your health, your hygiene, everything.
What do you mean plan out?
So, say for instance, for example, you wanna get your hair done,
right?
Or get your nails done.
Mm-hmm.
So, before you do any of that, you have to make sure that you are financially okay, so that way you can prepare to keep up your hair and keep up your nails and those every 2 weeks or every other week. Mm-hmm. Because appearance is everything. But if you don't appreciate your appearance on the inside, then it's going to show out on the outside.
So, what you're saying is, it's important to take care of you.
Mm-hmm. Very important.
And in order to take care of you, you have to do the things that you like to do.
Mm-hmm.
For yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You have to pamper yourself.
Yep.
You have to fill yourself with those things that are going to make you feel good.
Yep.
So it's not necessarily food. It could be dancing. For me, a feel-good thing is dancing. For some people, it could be chatting it up with an old friend. Or it could be
spending time with your family.
Spending time with your family. It could
traveling.
Or getting a massage, or getting a facial. All of those things that you do, that make you feel good on the outside.
Yep.
And it's important that you do those things because you come first. If you're all screwed up, you're tired, you're cranky, you have a lot of stuff on your mind. If you don't take the time to purge and get rid of all of that nonsense,
then you won't be okay.
and you won't be of any good to anybody else. So earlier Kim mentioned about budgeting out your finances in order to
Pamper yourself.
be able to do the things that you want to do. That's part of self-love. Being in a position to do the things and have the things that you desire in your life is self-care.
Yep.
It's making sure that you are okay. Creating the space and the environment to have those things and to do those things that you want to do.
I totally agree. Recently, I was in my room and I was thinking to myself, you know what, Kim? I want to do some things differently. I want to get my health together. I want to make sure I'm okay. I want to make sure my hair is okay, and my nails, and my toes, and everything is okay. My room, everything is okay. My space is okay. Because I care about that. Because when I go out in public, I want to show everyone that I am okay, that I appreciate myself, that I care about my image and my appearance. Because if you don't, then who else is going to care? Who else is going to care what you look like or how you feel? Nobody's going to care about that unless you do it first.
Yeah. And people know.
And people can tell.
How you feel about yourself.
They always can tell.
By the way that you carry yourself, the clothes that you wear, the way that you operate. And don't get me wrong, there are people who hide things well. Mm-hmm. There are people who fool you, based
on a daily basis.
Based on their appearance and the things that they say, you make the assumption or you get the idea that they're okay. And they're really not, because we know that you could see someone today and, you look at them like, oh, he was fine today. And, tomorrow you hear, unfortunately, he commits suicide. So a lot of times people are not okay, but they put on this false image that they are. Yep. So I think it's really, really important that you take care of yourself. You take care of your mental health. You take care of your physical health. You take care of your financial health. You take care of your social health. All of those things that make you who you are. All of those things that involve you and your life should be healthy. Your relationships should be healthy. The things that you do should be healthy. And don't get me wrong, there's a whole lot of junk. We all are involved in. There's a whole lot of junk that we put into our bodies. There's a whole lot of junk we listen to in terms of music and gossiping and,
stories.
Hearing stuff about people, right? But we have to learn time out for that stuff. We have to learn.
It's me time.
And not to mention, sometimes you don't want that trash. You don't want to hear that trash. That trash is definitely insignificant, and it does you no good. So what benefit is it to you for you to hear that, to listen to it, to be involved in it?
What is it going to do for you?
How is it going to help you take care of you? What does self-care look like to you in those instances? And I think that's the big question. What is self-care for you? How do you define self-care?
How I define it? I define it as just taking the time. Just honestly and genuinely, I believe 100% you take the time to get yourself together and you figure out what you want to do and how you want to take care of yourself and how to make yourself better.
Right.
Because you can't meet somebody and expect them to take care of you when you can't take care of yourself. Or love you when you don't love yourself. Because that's not going to work. That's saying a 50-20. That's not okay.
Well, 50-20, that's 70%.
I know.
That's not even 100%.
Not even 100, right? So you have to be 100% with yourself before you jump in and try to have 100% with someone else.
But what if you really don't know how to take care of yourself? What happens?
Then if you don't know how to take care of yourself, then either A, you seek help from someone who does know how to take care of themselves, I'm sorry. And 2, just figure it out. Ask for help and then figure it out on your own.
Or what if you really don't know how to figure it out? What if you come from an environment that didn't show you how, show you love, period. So you didn't get love from people, so you definitely didn't learn how to love yourself. What happens?
You become psychologically damaged.
Mm-hmm.
You become psychologically tired and unsure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it kind of, no, I'm not going to even say kind of. It does. It ruins your chances of being socially okay because you don't know how to love because you never got it, or you don't know how to love yourself because you never got it, or no one taught you. So you kind of dummy yourself down and you feel insecure, and that's where insecurity comes in.
I don't even think it's insecurity. I really think it is you develop relationships that may be toxic because
I agree.
of your somewhat unhealthy thought process. Now, it could go that way or it could go a totally different way in terms of that. You could be the complete opposite.
Mm-hmm.
And because you didn't get love and because you didn't learn how to love and because all of those things that you didn't receive that could possibly put you in a negative position or a negative frame of mind, you completely turn it around and say, you know what? I want to love. I want to do these things. I want to have great relationships, even though I didn't have them. So I'm going to do what I need to do to get to that point. Mm-hmm. And then you start to do that. Mm-hmm. So it could go from one end of the spectrum
to a whole nother,
to the other end of the spectrum.
Yep.
But it really depends on you.
Yep. Yourself.
Hey, sister.
Hey, TT.
Thank y'all for watching.
Thank you so much.
Hey, BFL. Oh, Panny Pan.
Hey, Panny.
Hey, Nikki.
Hi, sister.
Mr. Hayes, are you still watching? But, anyway, yeah, I think, when Kim and I go get our nails and feet and stuff done, it's a way for me to hang out with her and bond with her. And then, love you too, Pam.
Love you too.
It's a way for me to spend time with her and bond with her. And the thing is, I talk to her every day pretty much about what's going on.
Whatever.
But that whole pampering thing, it also sets a tone, a standard that this is something you should always do. You should always do. You should always take time for yourself. You don't have to hang with your friends all the time. You don't have to hang with your boo all the time. Your mom, your kids, whatever. You can be by yourself. It's okay to do something by yourself. It's okay to take a trip by yourself. It's okay to, make moves by yourself and not be mommy for a couple of hours, or not be a wife for a couple of hours, or a husband, or whatever. That's okay, because you need that time to regroup. You need that time to pray. You need that time to do whatever you gotta do to make you good.
Okay.
And that's really what it's all about, because you are no good to anybody
if you're not good to yourself.
If you're no good to yourself. What up, sis?
Hi, TT.
So yeah,
I totally agree. I agree with the mother-daughter bonding time that me and my mom have when we go out, whether we're going to the movies or we're just going for a drive or even getting our nails done or our hair done together. It's a bonding. It's a bonding because you have a lot of people in the world who don't have that, who don't get a chance to have that bonding because of whatever reason. So I'm grateful that I have that. And I'm grateful that I get to experience that with her and my dad and my sister and my brothers and everybody. I'm grateful for that.
Well, I mean, it's whatever relationship that you have, all of those relationships should always contribute to the betterment of you. Mm-hmm. You should never be around people or in relationships with people that don't benefit you. If they don't benefit you, then you shouldn't be involved with them. And a lot of times we find ourselves in those positions where we're involved with people and they're draining us. Mm-hmm. And that's not self-care. That's not self-love. That's danger. Oh. That is toxic. And we all have done it. And many of us are still involved or connected to those situations that are not healthy for us. So that's another thing that you have to learn how to do, is to remove yourself from those situations that no longer suit you. Because that's a part of self-love when you don't do that. When you hold on to those toxic and bad situations because of whatever reason, that hurts you. It doesn't do any good for you to stay in that place ever. Whether you love that person or not. If it doesn't do well for you, you can't be involved. You have to remove yourself. And that's not always easy, but it has to be healthy for you. It truly does. It is truly as simple as you making a choice. Mm-hmm. And what is that choice?
Choosing you. You're choosing yourself. And that's like, remember in She's Gotta Have It, the last episode of the first season when mm-hmm. when Nola had all her lovers there, mm-hmm. and they put her in the position where they wanted her to choose
which one she was gonna go with,
which one she was gonna be with, uh-huh. and then at the end, the ending monologue, she said she was explaining how they wanted her to choose them so they can put her in a box, or whoever, shape them in who they thought she should be. Mm-hmm. And she said no. She was like, I choose me. Mm-hmm. I choose me. Mm-hmm. And if they can't understand that, then they can go ahead.
And
I applauded her for that, because I was like, well, dang, okay, all right then.
But that's the key. Hey, Amber Boo. Cousin Linda's on too.
Hey, cousin.
When you go into a situation initially, and it's a cool situation, all right, let's see what this does for me. But once you get in that situation and you recognize that it's not necessarily a good fit for you, or it's not a situation that will fare you well, then you have to make that decision. Yep. And we make it hard because we put so much emotion into situations, and because we want things to be a certain way. And that's understandable. But ultimately, at the end of the day, as long as you can focus on the benefits that it provides you, and it doesn't mean that you are, mad or angry or sad or anything happened or anything like that. Sometimes situations just don't fare well. And if we realize and recognize those signs sooner, then we probably would save ourselves a whole lot of doggone trouble. And we, people just don't love themselves enough
Nope.
to do that. And I mean, and me included. I mean, I can only speak from experience on being in situations or involving myself in situations or lingering way too long in those situations that cause me pain and grief. And it doesn't mean that it's a relationship. It could merely be my thought process. It could be a behavior that I'm exhibiting or involved or partaking in that doesn't suit me well. It could be anything, it is damaging. And I really try to tell Kim that you cannot waste your time. I do recognize that everything is a learning situation, and every situation there is a silver lining, and there is something good that comes out of it and something that you learn from it. But you cannot, when you see it and you know it's there, you cannot waste your time waiting for it to change. You can't do that. And I reiterate over and over again to this 20-year-old that when people show you who they are, you must believe it.
From Maya Angelou, original, a quote: when someone shows you who they are the first time, believe them. Believe them. Right then and there. But I think nowadays it's hard because you want that acceptance. You want that love. You
Great
want
point.
that.
Great point.
It's a need and a want. All wrapped in one.
It's natural.
It's natural.
But it's very natural. It's not like it's wrong to feel that way. It's natural, but because it's natural and we want it so bad, we overlook those things that are damaging. We try to give people a chance, and I understand that. It's nothing wrong with allowing a situation or something to play out. Giving people the benefit of the doubt. I do get that. But how long do you give them the benefit of the doubt?
Right.
And
how many chances are you gonna give them?
And how many times do you get punched in the head? Or how many times and I don't mean literally, I mean, theoretically, how many times do you get beat up? How long do you sit there and hold this spot? You know what I'm saying? You know. And we all have done it. Yep. I believe, pardon me, that we have to figure stuff out sooner.
Way beforehand.
We have to be more of a thinker than
a feeler.
A
feeler.
Drop the mic. Boop. We have to be more of a thinker than a feeler. Because when you feel, you tend to see things that don't exist. And you can love people and not deal with them. It's easy. You can love somebody
but
not deal with them because it could not be a good situation. And you have to be okay with that. It's nothing wrong with understanding what your boundaries are. As my cousin Linda Hester Patton says, love shows up. Love shows up on all levels. It truly does. If you love you, then the things that you do are going to exude love. Whether you deal with a person or you don't. Because if you deal with them decently and in order, it's still going to be okay if you don't talk to them or you don't spend a lot of time with them. Because every time you interact with them, it's always going to be positive and it's always going to be in a respectful manner. Yeah. Love does always show up. But it starts with you.
Yep.
You can't treat somebody nice if that's not really how you feel on the inside.
Right.
Not gonna happen. It's impossible. What you do is clearly a reflection of what you think. So if you're operating crazy, and I mean that, I'm using that term loosely, then you're feeling that way.
Mm-hmm. You're feeling crazy.
Something's going on and you're not feeling the way that you need to feel because your behavior is reflective of what's going on in your mind and in your heart. So you got to get those two things in check.
Yep.
So if you want to know how somebody's feeling, just watch them.
Mm-hmm.
That'll tell you. Because you can't fake it.
Nope.
You might be able to show your representative for a little while, but you can't fake how you're feeling and what you're thinking. It comes out.
Yep.
It every time.
Yep.
You know, and it's almost like you somebody busted you got a secret and you can't wait, you want to tell somebody and you like, oh my God, because you can't hide who you are. Thank you.
Thank you.
You cannot hide who you are. You can't hide your feelings. You can't. Nope. You can't do that. You know.
I can totally agree on this. I am a witness to this. My friend recently told me how I am too emotional. He loved me. It's tough love. He loved me, but I am too emotional for him. Too emotional for him. And I said, why you say that? And he said, you just emotional, Kim. That's just who you are. You emotional. It's not bad, but it ain't good either. Because, and like my mom said, you have to be more of a thinker than a feeler. And that is something that I truly have to work on. I have to sit down with myself and talk to myself and say, Kim, are you going to use your brain more, or are you going to continue using your heart?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I totally agree with it. I have to. That's a choice that I'm making. I have to figure out how I can maneuver through my life using my brain more than my heart. Mm-hmm. Because I have been burned, and I mean that. I don't mean that literally. I mean it like I've been hurt and I've been burned because of my heart, because I was using my heart more than my head. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people, like my mom said, the benefit of the doubt, the giving people chances, and you foresee who people really are. And I had to learn that the hard way. So,
and we all have.
I'm pretty sure everybody has.
We all have.
Excuse me.
Bless you, love.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get these braces are wearing me out. You know, we all have learned those hard lessons. We've learned those lessons over and over and over again. And until we figure out how to really truly maneuver through those situations, they're going to keep happening to us.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to keep going through the same things over and over again until we beat it, until we figure out what it is that we need to do so it doesn't affect us that way anymore.
Nope.
And that's the key. The key is to figure out how every situation that we're in benefits us.
I agree.
How can we make it work for ourselves?
Yep.
You know, how can we, from a position of loving ourselves, how can we make those situations always work for us, even when we don't win?
Yep.
Oh, wow. How can we make a situation work for us even when we don't win? That's key. Because winning, the situation worked, right? But when it doesn't work, how do we, when we don't win, how can we make it work? Yeah. That's key. And it starts with learning to love yourself and understanding that every situation is not going to go well. Everything is not going to work for you. There are going to be situations and things that happen to you that totally break you down. There are going to be life-altering situations that wear you out. But even in those situations, how do you still love yourself enough to know that what?
You're okay.
You're going to be okay. And that's what we want to do. So self-care, self-love, important. It's the same thing.
Yep.
Self-care, self-love. I can't say it enough. Because I didn't love myself at one time. You know, I didn't. I did not love myself. I didn't love me enough. Hey, cuz.
Hey, cousin.
I didn't love me enough at one time. And I know Kim has had that same struggle, that same battle where you think everybody else is better than you and everybody else, has it better than you, and you look at yourself and you see blah. I've been there, done that. And it took me a really long time to get out of that cycle. And I don't know why it was that way, but it was just the season that I was in. And I stayed there for a very, very long time. And I hated being in that season. And Kim went through the same kind of thing, with bullying and all of that stuff. And, still dealing with certain situations and certain pains and ghosts that she couldn't seemingly win against. But as she talks through it and as she puts herself in different situations, she's learning how to maneuver and cut those negative situations off and to have a stronger and healthier frame of mind. Yeah. But it takes a lot. It takes a lot of courage because you're afraid. You're afraid because you really don't know and you really don't feel good about things. So in order to break free, you have to be courageous. That was great, Kim. I mean, that wasn't even the word I was looking for. But you see how things happen? Thank you, Holy Spirit. You have to have courage. You have to have courage. Courage to say, I am not that. I'm this. I will have this, even though this is not happening right now. I'm afraid, but I still can do this. I love me, even if you don't love me. All of those things come with courage because nobody wants to be alone. Nobody wants to be seen as an outsider. Nobody wants to think that they're not special or nobody loves them or whatever the situation is. But sometimes you have to say, screw it. Mm-hmm. Screw it. I'm all I got and I'm the SHIT. Yep. I tell myself, anybody that knows me, especially my immediate family, when I was a little girl, y'all remember the golden child? Eddie Murphy? Yeah. And that little kid who was the chosen one? I was a little kid watching the golden child. And from that day on, when I saw that movie, I said that I was the chosen one. I am the chosen one. And not understanding what that really means. Not putting that title on myself, the chosen one. That means I'm putting myself above the rest. Not in a negative way, but in a very positive way, in a very courageous way. I'm the chosen one. That means I'm that dude. I'm that chick. You understand? And that's where dopeness concept comes from. That's where the baddest chick ever comes from. It's all about taking all that muckety muck that's on the inside of you and combining it with all of the great stuff that's inside of you and winning. That's right, Niecy Pooh.
Yes, cousin.
Dopeness. That's what happens. You take all of the muckety muck and then you take all of the good stuff that's in you, that's buried down inside of you, that you can't find or you think you can't find, and you create the greatest version of you. Hey, that's another Tracyism. Create the greatest version of you. That's self-love. Self-love is taking every experience, every bad thing, every good thing, every so-so thing, every scared thing. It's taking all of those things and creating the greatest version of you.
I agree. You hit the head on that one.
The nail on the head.
Right. I totally agree with that. And like she said, I have been through a lot, and I've gotten through a lot to be here. And I'm glad that I have the support system that I have to help me and to motivate me. But I'm also grateful that I finally understand what it means to motivate myself and tell myself I can do it without anybody's acknowledgement or, celebration.
That's right.
So
that's right.
Because sometimes you have to learn and accept that it's okay to not be seen all the time. Because not everybody needs to.
Yeah.
Some people, yeah. Your closest people, yeah. But even if they was your closest people, they don't need to see you all the time. Because you have a lot of two faces. So it's hard because now you have to look outside the box and see people as people and not, oh, that's my family, that's my best friend, that's my this, oh, that. You have to see them as people. You have to see them for, yeah, they could be jealous about some stuff. Yeah, they could be insecure about some stuff. Yeah, they could be this. Yeah, they could be that. And then here you are, and you surround yourself with them, with people, and they're showing you more people than your close relative or your close friend. You're seeing them as a person.
And not necessarily as a relative.
And not seeing them as who you thought they were.
Somebody that's beneficial to you.
Right. And you have to be okay with that.
Yeah. Because people will come out of a bag on you. They definitely will. They will change their mind at any given time to operate, differently. And you have to realize that's who they are. Because if it wasn't, they wouldn't do it.
Right.
And I know sometimes people make mistakes, but, ultimately people show you who they are. They operate in the manner in which they are accustomed to.
Yep.
So, the main takeaway from this mukbang, Kim's Corner, is, we want you to love you. We want you to take the time to do the things that you need to do for you to create the environment, the space, and the greatest version of you that you could possibly create.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, then you're going to be very regretful and you're going to lament why you didn't take those opportunities that you could have taken to love you.
I agree. Yeah.
So, you got anything else?
No, we pretty much hit the nail on the head with the hammer.
Who is David Escobar?
My brother. My stair brother.
Oh, that ain't your name. Your name is not David Escobar, little boy. I'm like, who is David Escobar? She was like,
My little brother.
my little brother. I'm like, that ain't his name.
My little brother.
Move, Charlie. Yeah. Hey, little boy.
Hi, brother.
So, I know you're not a little boy, but you're a little boy to me. You know, I always call you that. But anyway, yeah, so this is our, well, not mine, but
This is my
Kim's Corner.
Kim's Corner.
Mukbang.
My mukbang number 2.
And we're talking about self-love and self-care. Auntie, you look like Uncle Marcus. You know what? Marlon tells me that all the time. He always says that.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Boo.
We have a really good relationship.
Yes. Thank you, Amber Boo. Make sure that you text me. Text me.
I try to, I'm still mama. I'm still
Yeah,
mama, and
mama.
I still have, there's still a level of, we're still here, but when the older, listen to him, I'm a grown man. Boy, go ahead on somewhere. I still try to make sure that I can relate to her, because you have to be able to relate to your kids. Because nothing that y'all doing is new. Just like when my parents were raising me, I wasn't doing anything that they had never done. So it's the same thing. It just keeps going. She's not doing anything that I haven't done or haven't known anybody else to do. You know what I'm saying? So I try to make sure that she understands that just like I could we miss you too, baby.
I miss you, brother.
We just have to try to make sure that everybody is well informed.
Yeah.
So, Amber, when you raise children, there are a lot of parents who don't talk to their kids about their childhood and the things that they've experienced as young adults and as kids and as even, just as, people. And you raise your kids and your kids think, oh, my parents don't know nothing. They ain't gone through nothing. When they've gone through so many things. You have to be able, right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. I have been her age before. So, and I can, just like with you, Ashley, I've known you your entire life. You were like 5 years old when I met you. So, as a 27, 28-year-old young woman, I was that age before. So, I could talk to you about things. There may be some experiences that you have that I may not have necessarily gone through, but because I have more experience and I know more, I might be able to lead you through whatever it is that you're going through. But you have to understand, we get it. We get it. We've been here long enough. We should know more. But you do have some adults who operate differently, and they may operate in an immature fashion, and you may say, man, you can't tell me nothing, and blah, 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 blah. But anybody that's been here that's been on this earth longer than you should know more than you. That makes sense, because they've been here longer. So even in the sense that I've been here 20 minutes longer than you, that means I've gotten 20 more minutes of information than you got, which makes a difference, So I try to let her know that all you got to do is talk to me about it, because I'm going to give you whatever it is, everything I know about that situation, and then some. And then she takes what I gave her and what she's learned, and she goes ahead and she makes the decision that she needs to make. That's what it's about. That goes for me and her. That goes for me and anybody I come in contact with. I try to give the best information and the best advice possible. And that's really what it's about. And it comes from a place of always wanting to help and always wanting people to find a solution to things.
Yep.
So, Yeah, Kim and I are pretty good. We have our struggles and stuff, but for the most part, I'm not her friend yet, but I'm sure down the line we will be. We will be, because we have some crazy conversations and we be cracking up, and that's called dopeness, my baby girl. Thank you. Yeah, so we're. What up, girl?
Hi, TT.
What up? Oh, Gabriella Washington. Now, you talking about somebody who is a legend in their own mind. This girl, I've known her since I was probably about 9 years old. And from that time until now, she has always said how beautiful she was. She's always talked about how gorgeous she was. She has always said that from the time she was a little girl till now as a grown lady. So that's really what it's about. Believing in you. Believing how you look. Believing how you feel. Believing what you know. All of those things. Loving you enough to know what you know. And loving you enough to do what you need to do for you, to keep you straight, to look the way you want to look, to feel the way you want to feel. That's what self-love and self-care does. Being around the people that you need to be around, being in those situations that you need to be in. All of those things is about self-love and self-care. If you don't, see, look, I am beautiful.
Yes.
Girl, you've been saying that my whole life. She been saying that my whole life. She called everybody ugly.
Mom, we
She did.
Okay. But
No,
we
what
don't
I'm saying,
laugh,
what I'm saying is, she be like, I'm beautiful. Y'all ugly. I don't care. I'm beautiful all the time. So I said that to say, you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to love you. Because technically, loving you means I can love me and I can love you.
She said I woke up like this. Yeah.
I can love you and me and everybody. And I still am going to take care of me first.
Amen.
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 Amen. So, what else you want to say?
Like I said, that this was a great mukbang. Second mukbang. Number 2. This is a great second mukbang.
Okay, y'all. Well, I really appreciate everybody watching.
Thank you guys so much. I am beyond grateful. Thank you for your support, your insight, everything.
So you need to give your information so they can go follow you on YouTube.
I will be posting the link on my page for Kim's Corner, my YouTube channel. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I will keep you guys posted on the next video on Kim's Corner. Okay, thank you, Amber Boo. Thank you.
Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Kim's Corner.
Make sure to subscribe.
She's doing some good stuff, so y'all follow her and just keep her lifted up. Send out those powerful vibes, those good words of encouragement, because she's trying to make a difference, and she's building up her courage to jump. So make sure y'all stand behind her and help her jump.
Love you too, TT.
That's what's up, Gabby. You be easy. G Lover, what's happening, man?
Hi, TT.
We need to go dancing. We need some house music. So y'all have a good evening, and Kim is gonna post a video, and I'm probably gonna share this on my page. Y'all be easy. Remember to love you and take care of you. Holla back.
Bye.